What's up, guys? Boogie here, workingclassfitness.com. Gonna pick up where we left off in the last video, kind of addressing some of Sean's questions. We talked about body weight, strength is a function of body weight, and how gaining a little bit of myofibrillar hypertrophy isn't that big of a deal. Because just because you gain a little bit of body weight doesn't mean body composition can improve. You can weigh the same thing, add a little bit of muscle, drop a little bit of fat, you'll be fine. All that being said, let's say you are looking to stay at that same body weight, and of course we've talked about body composition and this and that. Let's get to kind of the the elephant in the room. This was Sean's really big question, and that was about neural gains. Okay, if we're not talking about adding, before I even get into that, we talk about because you hear a lot of guys say, oh well, I want to get stronger, but I don't want to add any size. I don't want to get any bigger. Can't gain any weight. There's only so much that's going to happen. If you're at a certain body composition, there's only so much you can do. Now, you can improve your neural efficiency, and there's kind of two ways to improve your neural efficiency. There's the improvement that you can, or there's the how you can kind of train the nervous system to fire your muscles better and stronger, and to contract harder, so as a result you can produce more force, and as a result you're stronger, you can become faster. That's one of the reasons for a lot of explosive training, and why explosive training can actually make you stronger, and can actually make you perform better. You might have seen, let's say, an Olympic lifter goes up to the platform and maybe jumps, does a couple of just standing vertical jumps before he attempts a lift. Or maybe you'll see a guy walk up before a max deadlift and he stomps the floor a couple of times real hard. That's to stimulate the nervous system. Gets the nervous system jacked up, gets it firing, and as a result, the signals are being shot up and through your body via the brain, the spinal cord, and all that, and it helps contract the muscles a little bit harder. As a result, when it can contract the muscles harder, you can become stronger, you can become faster, you can become more powerful. There's that way of stimulating the nervous system and training the nervous system. And what that will do by improving your neural efficiency in that manner, you are improving your nervous system's ability to help your body produce or make your muscles, or help your muscles produce force, if that makes sense. So what you're doing is you're making your body operate at maximum efficiency, if that makes sense. You've already got a certain capacity that you can work at based on the muscle you have, based on your current body composition, everything else like that, type of hypertrophy you have. When you train your nervous system to be able to contract and to produce more force, to be more efficient, you can improve your capability with what you already have, if that makes sense. So that you can say, okay, I could do this, now I could do that. You're just improving your own efficiency with what you've already got. Now, there is a limit on that. There's only so far you can go. You're eventually going to get to a point to where if you want to exceed beyond where you are going to have to add muscle. Now, if you think back to another video, older video I had, one of the ones Sean watched, where I talked about, okay, if you remember, if you saw, there's the guy that, let's say, builds up to a 365 deadlift, and instead of trying to build up to 400 or 425 or something else like that, he drops back down to, let's say, 250, 260, works his way back up to 365 again, only now he's pulling really hard and really fast, and so when he gets back up to 365, it's almost like he's cleaning. He's about ready to clean that shit, you know what I mean? Not just deadlifting, it's not just a slow grind anymore, it's a very fast, explosive pull. Well, that would be an improvement to an extent in neural efficiency. The improvement of not just being able to grind that up, not to be able to just contract slowly, but to contract very forcefully, very hard, be able just to yank that bar off the ground. That would be as much of an improvement in neural efficiency, resulting in power improvements, as it is, in anything else. Okay, so there is excess capability there. Now, there's going to be a point to where, again, there's kind of that capping off point. Once you reach that certain point, and there's no way to necessarily to define it, but you have to know that that's not going to go on forever. Let's say, going back to our example, let's say our guy, pulls 365 off the floor. He's gonna now probably be stronger. and if he tests his max deadlift, he's not going to be able to continue this without putting, let's say, any excess muscle on forever. He's not going to, 2 years down the road, be pulling 600 pounds off the floor to a point where he wants to clean it if he still weighs 185 or whatever. You see what I mean? There's a ceiling on that he's going to reach without adding more weight. You're going to eventually have to add more weight because you're going to have to, especially from a myofibrillar hypertrophy point of view, so that you have additional muscle for your nervous system to then take advantage of. You see what I mean? So your nervous system has to have the muscle. The nervous system can't work without the muscle, and the muscle only works most efficiently when the nervous system is firing the best it can. You see what I mean? So the two go hand in hand. Now, so there's that aspect of things. There's also neural efficiency as far as an exercise goes. This is where, and I talked a little bit about this in my high tension video, or high tension technique video, excuse me. But this is where you'll see guys, practicing exercises. Something that comes to mind is the term that Pavel Tsatsaline popularized a while back called "grease the groove," where you basically just practice and exercise and practice and exercise, and you get better at doing that exercise. And you get better because you are adapting your body's capabilities to doing that exercise, but you get better at doing that exercise simply because you're always practicing that exercise. And practice is the operative word. It wouldn't be, a whole lot different. Like, let's say we're talking about chin-ups. If you're doing chin-ups throughout the day to get better at doing chin-ups, it would be very similar to a baseball player going to the batting cage, excuse me, going to the batting cage and practicing his hitting every day. He's getting better at hitting through repetition. You're getting better at chins through repetition. Okay, it's not as much about building excess capacity, strength, endurance, power, whatever, as it is taking that strength and endurance and power you have and adapting it to that one specific exercise because you're always practicing it. And again, the issue you have there, excuse me, is that's kind of where you run into what Sean was talking about, in that the neural adaptations there aren't the nervous system getting better at firing muscles and getting better at making muscles contract, which can be applied to anything in any activity. Here, you're applying it to one specific exercise, one specific movement pattern, one specific range of motion. So as a result, even improving those muscles won't improve you somewhere else. So like, let's say you get better at doing chins, that doesn't mean you'll get better commensurately at doing pull-ups. If you go from doing 8 chins to 25 chins, chins being palms facing you, that doesn't mean you'll necessarily go from doing 8 pull-ups to 25 pull-ups. You might only get to 15 or 17 or something else like that, because the specific range of motion, the specific movement pattern is different. That also doesn't mean just because you got your back stronger and your pulling muscle stronger, that if you went to do dumbbell rows or barbell rows or something else like that, that you would have a commensurate increase there either, because the increase with the chins is specific to the chins because you are practicing the chins. You see what I mean? That's the difference between programs that are based on trying to improve your nervous system for the sake of athletic development, power development, explosiveness, contracting the muscles harder, faster, and so on, versus just improving performance on the one specific exercise. See? So hope that helps. Hope that clarifies things up. It might have just made things a little bit more muddy. I don't know. Sean, I know you're going to be watching this, so let me know how that helps. If you want me to do some more response follow-ups, videos, and I can clarify anything else, I'll do that. Anyone else that's watching, if there's anything I said that didn't make a whole lot of sense or you want me to go further into, I'll be glad to do more videos on that too. Alright? Hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit up the link coming up so I can send you more cool free shit. And train hard, rest hard, play hard.